What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. I hope everyone is having a great weekend so far, but we're back here with another rebuild here on NBA 2K26. Now, recently we just did a video where we kind of centered the video around DJ Edgecombe because he's been playing great for the 76ers. Well, there's another guy in DC that I've been impressed with so far as well in Kyshawn George. So while the 76ers and the Wizards are two totally different teams, I kind of wanted to do that same format in today's video for Kyshawn George. So let's go ahead and jump in and do this Washington Wizards rebuild. I'll explain more how this is going to work. Let's jump in and do this rebuild in NBA 2K26. Should be a fun one. I promise eventually I am going to get a Wizards shirt. As most of you guys know, I pretty much own a shirt for every single team other than 6 teams, and I could get a Pelicans one again. The Wizards, I've not been able to find one, but there's definitely players I'd be willing to buy shirts for. Unfortunately, I just cannot find any at the moment. There was Beal for a while, but I just don't even really want that anymore. But that's all besides the point. Eventually, that's going to happen. But this Wizards team, I like where they're at, man. Every time I've done a Wizards rebuild as of late, I feel like Will Dawkins has been doing a great job. The one thing you could maybe question was trading away Denny Avdia, because Denny Avdia has been playing great, but I'm sure Wizards fans probably feel okay about Bub Carrington, but I guess it remains to be seen. But let's go ahead and take a look at the rotation right now. So what it looks like right now is what I'm fine with. So we're going to simulate year number 1. And of course, what is changing about this? And let's go ahead and focus on Kyshawn George, because so far on the season, he's averaging 18 points per game, 8 rebounds, and 5 assists. I have bolstered his potential very high. In 2K, he's not someone who develops really well at all. But what if he does become the star for the Wizards? Like, it's not out of the realm of possibility that one of these guys breaks out into, in for the Wizards. They have a plethora of young players. Trey Johnson, of course, has been pretty great too so far. So those two guys are the main two guys of the video. And the only thing to do here is probably just to raise his shot tendency a little bit as well. That way he kind of has a bigger role on this team. So his potential is already boosted up. Trey Johnson already has a high shot tendency. So I think this is okay. And then once McCollum and Middleton are out of the way, we'll be in a good spot. I assume we'll have a lottery pick still this season though. But Kyshawn George, Trey Johnson, Alex Sarr, this is a really good young core as it is. And I cannot wait to kind of see how this team looks after year number 1. But enough yapping. I will see you guys at the end of season 1. So as I kind of expected, year number 1 didn't go great whatsoever. The team was quite bad, but that means we'll get a lottery pick, which is not a bad thing to be upset with. And we should have, Trey Johnson making an all-rookie first team, hopefully. And he does not make all-rookie first team, but he does make all-rookie second team. So it looks like he was one away from being on the all-rookie first team. But regardless, we'll still take that. An all-defensive team. Nobody here for us, obviously, as we were just a very bad team. But here were your end of the season stats. So you had 17 from McCollum, 17 from Kyshawn George, 13 from Middleton, 12 out from Trey Johnson. Now, I could have traded Middleton or McCollum at the trade deadline, but both of them being expiring, I think I'm just okay with letting those guys go. That way they're out of the way entirely. And then there will probably be some other things we do this offseason as well. But ultimately, I want to free the floor for Trey Johnson and Kyshawn George. Now, the one thing I will say is we'll have a lottery pick here. So we'll probably be adding a very good player that might get in the way a little bit. But we'll see who it ends up being. So the Mavericks do beat the Knicks in 7 games, though, to start this video off. Here are some of your retirements. And let's just get straight to the lottery to kind of see who we're going to get here. So I have to imagine we're projected pretty high. So yeah, we have the number 1, projected pick. But I will say, oftentimes when I see the fact that we have the number 1 pick, it often falls to 5. So that's kind of what I'm expecting here. And now it actually stayed at 3. So we can walk away with one of the top 3 guys in this draft, which is only going to make this team even better. So, part of me doesn't really want that for this video, but ultimately, what's it going to hurt, right? Let's just add another guy that's going to develop like crazy next to the 2 guys and 4 guys. I mean, we're going to pretty much already have a starting 5 established already out of the gate, which isn't too bad to be upset with. So let's go ahead and head straight to draft night. I'll keep Brian Keefe for now, but if we struggle next year or maybe even the year after that, maybe we consider some things. But we have 3, 27, 1, and 26. I think I'm going to try to trade up from 27. I'm going to pick with 3, obviously, but let's try to see if we can move 27, 1, and 26 to maybe like pick 19 or 18 or something like that. That's what I'm going to try to do. So the Bucks have 19, so I'm going to offer all of this. They do not agree to that, though. Okay, fair enough. I mean, I have a plethora of seconds, and it only took me 1 second. All right, so let's see what we get at pick 3. Number 1 is going to be Mr. Peterson to Miami. Number 2 is going to be Asia DeBanza. So, of course, we will walk away with Cameron Boozer. So I can't be too upset about that. We're going to have a very, very good team in DC here. I'm just going to say that right now. But Boozer and Kyshawn George will have to figure out how we'll balance those forwards. And then, yeah, we'll figure that all out. But let's go pick at number 19 as well. We have Yaxel. We have, I don't know how to say this guy's name, LeBaron out of Alabama, but I'm going to go ahead and take him. So let's add a guard to this rotation. And we get away with a 79 and a pick 19 from that trade. We get a 74, so not too bad. So welcome both of you to the mix. And then here are some of the options that we have. So I guess I'm okay with declining Champagny at this point. I feel like we're going to have a really packed rotation based off some of the things we've added. And Malachi Branham's a free agent. Probably won't worry about him too much. And then for free agency, we have McCollum, Middleton, Champagny, and Branham. Maybe I'll bring Champagny back if we need him, but let's see. So we have, LeBaron, I think that's how you say it, at point guard. Belil, we got Carrington, Trey Johnson, but obviously a lot of these guys can be moved around if needed. Corey Kispert, I'll probably end up trading him because Boozer and Kyshawn George are going to play a big role this year, and Alex Sarr is our starting center still, which I think it's going to remain that way throughout the video. So let's go ahead and trade Corey Kispert more than likely, try to get something for him, and then we can kind of give some of these minutes to these other guys that we hold right now. Think I'm cool with this idea of picking up a pick swap, just getting a first round pick that projects to be pretty late for Corey Kispert. I don't think that's horrible value by any means, so I will go ahead and take that on. And then I'm going to move quite a few guys around here. So as far as like everybody at point guard and shooting guard, so we're going to leave, I'm probably going to move Bub Carrington to point guard, so let's do that right now. Blue Koulibaly, I'm going to figure that out. Trey Johnson, I don't know. We're going to have to figure this one out. Koulibaly, we'll probably move him to the 3 right now, but we'll see if we decide to keep him like that. Trey Johnson to the 2, and I'll probably move Whitmore to the 3. Something like that. We'll figure it out, but that's probably what I'm going to do for now. And then Boozer and Kyshawn George, we'll have to kind of see how that works, but I just need a new center, and I think that would be my offseason, really. So we're going to bring Porzingis back to DC, but I'm not going to do that. We have 8, and we have Mark Williams. We have Mitch Robinson, Robert Williams, but I am more than okay with just going after, like, Hardenstein or Mark Williams. Like, I think either way, yeah, let's get Hardenstein. Why not? Let's give him a 2-year deal. We actually have a lot of cap space, funny enough, too. So if there's better centers, we could throw as much money as we want, but I'm not looking to really do that because I know we're gonna have to pay these young guys eventually. So you know what, let's just settle on Mitch Robinson. I don't think that's a bad idea, so we'll bring him in for 3 years, be our brand new backup center, and let's go see what this progression looks like because I have a feeling it's gonna look pretty crazy here. So let's go see what it looks like after offseason 1. So look at this. You got Kyshawn George up to an 84, Alex Sarr 84, Koulibaly 83, Trey Johnson 82, 7 overall jump. Cam Whitmore is up 5. Look, 3, 5, 7 overall jump, 5, 3, and 7. Mitch Robinson is even jumping up. AJ Johnson's up. Branham is even up, and Will Riley's even up. So quite a bit of development here for sure. We're gonna have to figure out. I think for now, I think Boozer off the bench is totally fine. But probably next year, I would have to imagine he's going to jump up like crazy too. So then we'll have to figure out what our forward rotation is going to look like, whether it's Koulibaly coming off the bench or maybe something else. We'll have to see, but I cannot wait to kind of see what this team looks like going to year 2 with no McCollum and no Middleton in the way. I will say that 2K is still not very high on this Wizards team, but of course I am, and this is what our rotation looks like. So it leaves quite a few guys out, but I think I'm okay with running a 10 rotation. So Kyshawn George is getting the most minutes here, and his shot tendency should reflect that. So let's see what it looks like. So I'm going to push this up even higher because if we want him to become a superstar and be like the main premise of this video, he needs to be the guy here. So that's what we're going to do, and Trey Johnson's is pretty high, and of course Boozer's is going to be pretty high. I might bring Whitmore's down just a tad bit because we kind of know what our big 3 is going to be now, and Alex Sarr's is somewhat low, so I'll push this up probably even lower. So something like that. Power rank has his 27th overall, so I guess I don't really have expectations to make the playoffs this year, but I mean, I think the team could surprise us. I really do. We'll see though. I'll see you guys at the end of year 2. I don't expect to make any moves at the deadline. I think there's a possibility we're at least a play-in team, but we'll see if 2K agrees with that, and I will see you guys at the end of season number 2. So SGA wins MVP, Peterson's Rookie of the Year, McCain is your 6th man, Wemby is your D-Point, and Trey Johnson did get Most Improved Player, so that's nice. Almost cracking that 50, 40, 90 club, but unfortunately for us, another just disappointing season. We're not quite there yet, but I think that means Brian Keefe probably has to go, and Boozer does make an All-Rookie first team, so that's nice. And here's our All-Rookie second team, and here are your All-NBA teams, even though we're not gonna, well, maybe Kyshawn George cracks this already because he did have a good season, but we'll talk about that in just a second. But no, I don't think I see him on there. So again, we were not a good team, unfortunately, so we ended up as a 26 and 56 team. I really thought we had the talent to be better than that, but unfortunately 2K did not agree with that. So yeah, 25 though from Kyshawn George, 22 from Trey Johnson, 14 from Boozer, 13 from Whitmore, and 12 from Sar, and 8 from AJ Johnson, and 8 from Blue Koulibaly. But yeah, unfortunately just not really what we wanted. So let's go ahead though, see who goes on to win a championship in year 2 here, and we'll be in the lottery again. I do believe it's going to have our pick going to the Knicks, but I'm pretty sure it's still protected in real life. So yeah, no issues there. So let's go to the lottery and let's see what we have going on here. So we are projected once again a top 3 pick in this draft, and what do you know, we get the #1 overall pick, which honestly I almost don't even want it because we're going to be adding another really good player to the rotation, but #1 overall pick, for crying out loud. So we kind of know who we're probably going to get. This will probably be the Tyron Stokes draft, I believe, unless we go in a different direction, but I think that is who we're going to take. So I am going to get that pick back, obviously, and then we'll be picking with the #1 overall selection. So with the #1 overall pick, we could take Stokes, but one guy that I noticed has been really good in this draft class, I don't know much about him in real life, but he must be making some noise. I've seen him develop really well in 2K, so yeah, I think I might go ahead and take him here. We don't really have our point guard that established, but at the same time, if I'm trying to primarily focus on Kyshawn George and Trey Johnson, I don't know if going with this direction would be the best idea. That's my struggle with this one. If this was a normal Wizards rebuild, absolutely just take the #1 guy, but I think I'm gonna take Stokes here. I know that sounds crazy to do. You know what? Never mind. Let's just take the guard. I'm being indecisive. I know that's part of my terrible quality traits, that I'm a very indecisive person, but we do have Stefan coming over out of Slovenia. So that's good. We'll see what he becomes eventually. AJ Johnson I'm going to accept, and Will Riley. And Cam Christie, though, I think I'm going to decline. I really only wanted the first round pick out of that draft, out of that trade. Koulibaly and Cam Whitmore are both free agents. Cam Whitmore, yeah, we'll extend the qualifying offer on him as well. And then for free agency, again, we have money to go like crazy if we wanted to, but I don't plan on doing that. We kind of have our stars already, so we could get Lively or something, but we know eventually guys are going to get paid on this team. So Kyshawn George, I believe next year has to get paid after this. Yeah, so they're definitely going to look to sign him. And Boozer's going to develop, so we don't even know really what we're going to do as far as a rotation is concerned, which is also kind of why I may not bring back Cam Whitmore, because I know that's we're going to be moving Kyshawn George potentially to the 3. That's why I think I might let Whitmore go in this scenario, which does suck, but I think it's just for the best of what I'm trying to execute in this video. So Cam Whitmore is going to be gone, and we just need a new power forward. And for whatever reason, TMB is someone the Raptors just do not keep, and I'm just going to take advantage of that every single time. I don't know why they don't keep him, but sure, why not? I mean, if he's just terrible on his rookie contract, I guess, and I don't want to bring him back, I'll take him as a backup power forward. No issues with that at all. So let's once again go look at progression and see how crazy this looks. Last year it looked really crazy, so I'm kind of anticipating that happening again. And then, well, you know, so we got 89 Kyshawn George, so the boost I gave him is working quite well. Boozer's up pretty well too. Belil is up. You got Bub Carrington up. LeBaron also went up. AJ Johnson up. So yeah, we got quite a few young guys for sure. I like that, and I think we are going to move Kyshawn George to the 3 this year. That way Boozer gets to start, and we'll see. And then Trey Johnson is going to start the 2. AJ Johnson. So Koulibaly is going to be coming off the bench, which is a very good bench player to have. But oh man, I meant to fire Brian Keefe as well, because I just haven't liked what I've seen out of him. So is it too late for me to do that right now? I think it is. It might be crazy to do, but I might fire him at the very beginning of at the very beginning of the season. Maybe a gambling thing hits him after the first game of the season, like it does Chauncey Billups. I'm just kidding. Let me not put that on Brian Keefe's name, because he probably isn't doing that. Who knows though, right? So I never thought Chauncey would be involved in something like that, but here we are. So again, total jokes, but I'm probably gonna get rid of him. I meant to get rid of him. Got distracted by the #1 overall pick. So let's go ahead and get rid of Brian Keefe, because I have not liked what we've been able to do under him. Unless we want to keep him, but let's see if there's better options. So I will say, as far as you know what, I didn't fire him in the offseason. I'll just roll with him again. So Brian Keefe, though, you're definitely on thin ice. This team better perform, but here's the rotation. So Bub Carrington, Trey Johnson, Kyshawn, George, Boozer, Sar, Bilal Coulibaly, LeBaron, Stephen, and Mitch Robinson, and CMB. So it looks like a damn good roster. Power rank has us 10th overall. I imagine this is potentially the year that we maybe crack the playoffs this season. I would like to think so. And we'll see if that is the case. Maybe Brian Keefe can save my opinion on him. Well, year number 3 has been our best season yet, as Wemby does get the MVP trophy. Stokes does go to Philadelphia and gets Rookie of the Year. We could have taken him, but we didn't. But obviously, Stephen's behind a bunch of other guys. So Jaden Hardy won 6th Man of the Year, though. Wemby's your depoy. Fears is your most improved. K is your clutch player. And Kate is your coach of the year. And Hobson is your executive. And yeah, Cooper Flag won Cup MVP. So here is your All-NBA first team. Let's see if we get any Wizards on here representing based off the season. Unfortunately, not. All defensive team, nothing here either. And here is your all rookie teams. We do get Stephen here. Stephon. I don't know if I'm even saying his name right, but you get the point. 14 points per game, though. Off the bench, not too bad. And here is your all rookie second team. So we did crack the 3rd seed in the East, which is nice. And here were your end of the season player stats. So Kyshawn George played all 82 games on the heels of his on his contract season. 26 points per game. Trey Johnson had 21, 17 from Boozer, 14 from Stephen, and 10 from LeBaron, 9 from Sar, 9 from Bub Carrington, and 8 from Bilal Coulibaly. So yeah, this team, once we get everyone developing as much as possible, which we've already gotten, it's gonna be dangerous, man. That's all I'm gonna say. So let's go play these Toronto Raptors in round 1 and see if we can't get a round 1 victory. So Toronto, of course, has Quickly. They got Grady Dick, Ingram, Barnes, Jakob Poeltl. So it's basically the same Raptors team we're all aware of. Wait, what was that? I think I just saw something. I'm probably just seeing things, but oh, Keon Ellis. For whatever reason, his picture kind of scared me for a second. But somebody occur round against the Raptors, and we are going to a game 7 with them already here. So Boozer and Sar are hurt, which is not good, but they're both playing through it. So at least we have that. Game 7 at home in DC. The Wizards have not been playoff relevant since the John Wall days. So let's see if we can get this victory here and get to the second round. And we will. 118-24, we hung on despite the injuries. Trey Johnson with 35. Kyshawn George with 18. So in the first round, here were the stats. So Kyshawn George averaged 28 and 26 from Trey Johnson. So these are the two guys that are going to be leading us, hopefully, extremely far throughout this video. But we get the Chicago Bulls in round 2. So let's see if we can't take them out. Of course, they have themselves a great roster as well. Let's see what happens here. So game 1 is going to go to Chicago. Game 2 goes to us, though. Game 3 goes to us. Game 4 goes to us. And game 5 goes to us. So just like that already, we are in the conference finals. So Brian Keefe may have saved his job. We got Stephen starting at point guard in these playoffs. And I guess I can't say I'm too surprised by that. Game 1 does go to us over the Pacers, who are off to a rough start in real life, by the way. But, of course, Halliburton being out does not help. I think Nembhard's been out, too, for them. But we're up 3-0. And are we going to the finals already? Or are the Pacers about to do the unthinkable on us? Okay, well, it got close there for a second. But we do hold on. And we either get to play the Spurs or the Thunder. So we don't have to deal with Dallas, which is nice. We're fully healthy going in. The Spurs are never easy either. Let's not, write them off by any means. But we do have Alex Sarr to deal with Wemby, which I'm sure those two are familiar with each other, both being from France, but we'll see how this is going to go. I feel like we have a good enough roster to potentially win, but we may be too young. Let's see. So game 1 does go to us, though. Game 2 goes to them. Game 3 goes to us. Game 4 goes to them. Okay, so we're in a tied series with the Spurs in the NBA Finals, which is just fantastic. So can we put this in our favor by winning game 5? No, we cannot. 114-123. So we have to win game 6 to force a game 7. Let's see if we can do that. The only thing I will say, if we're able to do this and force a game 7, then all bets are off on who's going to win game 7. But it is going to a game 7. Oh my goodness. All right. Game 7 to win a championship already in this video. Sar did get hurt, though, which is not good. Any other injuries? No. Okay, well, here goes nothing. Game 7 on the road in San Antonio. Sar being hurt is not going to help against Wembanyama for sure. But we have no one else other than Mitch Robinson. It's going to them early on, but I saw us right behind them. And we take a lead, and we are going to win a championship in year number 3. Awesome stuff. I mean, it's helped out. We've obviously gotten really lucky in the lottery. Number 3, and, having 2 top 3 prospects that all could go number 1 in that scenario. And then we add Stephon, who's also going to develop. I mean, this team is going to be potentially a dynasty. We're looking at a dynasty here. So this is potentially only championship 1. I'm going to go for 2 more in a row. I think we have to. But the biggest thing is we got to pay Kyshawn George this offseason. And Brian Keefe has saved his job. I was going to fire the man, and now I can't, right? I can't fire him. I mean, he deserves to stay now. So he will stay. And in fact, he's going to get a damn extension from me. So I stand corrected on you, Brian Keefe. Sorry for slandering your name. But all right, let's go to draft night. I think our pick is going to the Knicks, I saw. All right, I guess it's a pick swap. We get 15th overall. Okay. So end of the lottery, or out of the lottery. First pick out of the lottery. So we got Ryan Hampton out of Indiana or Jalil Bethea. I guess I'll take Ryan Hampton here to start things off. I mean, we kind of have our core already. So whatever we get outside of the core we have right now is just going to be supplemental. So we'll go ahead and take these top two guys. Will Riley will still accept despite not really playing much. And then, yeah, here's a big free agency period of a lot of guys that need paid. I do think AJ Johnson is going to be a very tough one to pay, though, at this point. So AJ Johnson will probably let go as well. But Kyshawn George, Sar, and Bub are all guys I definitely want to bring back. Bub Carrington's not playing like, you know, he's not doing anything too crazy. So giving him $21 million is a kind of crazy thing to do right now. But Sar and Kyshawn George definitely, I think, have earned their contracts. I'm going to give them what they're asking for. So let's do that. Get those done. Sar is getting an offer sheet, and of course, we will match it. So Sar and Kyshawn George are going to be brought back. AJ Johnson, though, unfortunately not. And Bub Carrington, I do not want to renounce. I don't want to pay him as much as he's asking for. I will say that. But let's see. I mean, he's asked for $19 million. He is going to get an offer sheet, though. So we're going to have to match it, it looks like. So we will, though. We're not going to let him walk for nothing. So a little bit more than I'd want to pay him. But again, not letting him walk for nothing is probably the better idea. So I'm okay with that. We'll take the loss if it, you know, hurts us in the future. But we got plenty of depth. So even we don't really need to bring anybody in free agency. So let's go to progression and let's see how much this is looking like. So George is up to a 93, 90 Boozer, 88 Trey Johnson, 87. And look at that. Stephen and Bub Carrington and LeBaron are all looking very good. And Mitch Robinson, 79, CMB, 79, 77. So a very, very deep team. And I think we have a couple more championships on us. I really do. We already got one. And now guys are fully developed as well. Kyshawn George is becoming that superstar. I just want to see him on an All-NBA team. We have not gotten that yet. And I think that this could be the year to hopefully get that. We may not see it, unfortunately. It may not happen. But I'm holding out hope that maybe we will see it. Let's go find out. Power Rank has us 5th overall, so they are pretty high on us this time around this season. We got Carrington, Trey Johnson, Kyshawn George, Boozer, Sar, Koulibaly, Stephen, LeBaron, and CMB. Is one of them tall enough to move to shooting guard? By Stephen's 6'7". Man, I guess he'd go up, so sure, why not? I'll go ahead and do that. So Trey Johnson, Bub Carrington, and then Stephen's him off the bench. What about, he's 6'4". Yeah, so I guess I'm cool with the shooting guard spot for him. All right. That will be our rotation. Same thing as usual. I will see you guys at the end of this one. I'm expecting a very good regular season. As long as we are healthy, I think there's a potential we could three-peat in this video. But of course, we got one. We got to win the second one first to even think about a three-peat. So let's just focus on going back to back. So Jokic in a Nets jersey wearing number 41 wins MVP. Interesting. Roster wins Rookie of the Year. We get 6-man for Stefan Joksimovic. Don't know if I'm saying that name correctly, but I went for it. Depoy Wemby, Joan Lowe most improved, Luka is your clutch player, and Louis is your coach of the year, and Hobson is your executive. I will say we didn't quite have the dominant regular season I would have hoped for. And we do not get all NBA teams still, unfortunately. So we may not get that in this video, which really sucks, but it is what it is. So we end up as the 5th seed in the East of all things. Maybe we had some injuries. I don't know. Koulibaly, Kyshawn George played all 82 and still did not get an All-NBA nod, which does suck, but it is what it is. Not much I can do about it. 22 from Trey Johnson, though. 22 from Cameron Boozer and 17 from Stephon, and then 11 from LeBaron and 10 from Alex Starr. Proficiency is still only 4-star, and we're going to see how this is going to go. I guess we were running a 9-man rotation in the regular season. I meant to do 9-man or 10-man, but whatever. It is what it is. So let's run 10-man for this first round, kind of fill it out. So we get the Atlanta Hawks, and let's see if we can't take them down. So Carrington, Trey Johnson, George. I mean, look at our starting 5. I mean, it looks good, but of course, Atlanta, they don't have a bad one either by any means, so this could be a tough series. Game 1 does go to us, though. Game 2 goes to them. Game 3 goes to us. Game 4 goes to us. And Game 5 goes to them. And Game 6 goes to us. So the back-to-back is still very much alive. And now for Detroit, which they added Zion Williamson next to Cade Cunningham. The Pelicans, by the way, absolute disaster so far. Traded the Pacers pick, which they're 0-5. They traded that pick right before Halliburton got hurt, which is super unlucky. And of course, they traded their pick on draft night for Derek Queen. I mean, just a disaster, man. New Orleans is not looking good early on. They could still turn it around, but man, is that trade, those couple of trades not aging well at all so far. We're up 1-0. They evened it up. Game 3 goes to us. Game 4 goes to them. Game 5 goes to them. Oh boy, they may stop the 3-peat. Well, the back-to-back. We're trying to go for the back-to-back first. So, can we win Game 6 though to force a Game 7? Cade is a one-man wrecking crew, and he added Zion next to him. So, I'm not surprised by this potentially. And it does indeed go Detroit's way. So, unfortunately, we're not going back-to-back. But we're going to at least try for one more championship. Cooper Flag and the Raptors are in the finals. And yeah, the Mavericks sweep the Raptors pretty easily. So, yeah, Cade and Zion as a pairing, it's terrifying. It's scary. Those two both do really well in the 2K sim, so I'm not too surprised. We got Milwaukee's pick here, which I don't remember what pick that's from, or trade that's from, but we get the 9th overall, or the 4th overall pick, so I will definitely take that. So just another guy added to this equation, which is just awesome. But this is the 2029 draft, which, of course, I'm not going to be too familiar at this point with who's going to be good out of this draft, but we'll do our best guess. So Isaiah Hamilton, or we can go Eric Dampier. I'm going to take a center. I mean, our center rotation isn't the best. So let's get another center out of the equation. And he's going to be a 77 overall. So not too bad. We also had 19 and 22. But it looks like we didn't miss out too much. I'll add them anyway. Player options. We got these 3 guys, which we'll accept. And I assume we'll have like, what? I forget who's going to get paid. It's Trey Johnson. That's right. And Will Riley and CMB. I don't know if I'll worry about these two very much. But Trey Johnson, of course, I will be worried about. So Trey Johnson, this one's a no-brainer. We're going to be paying him. And then we'll probably just, we can let Robinson go. Or probably let CMB go as well. Because we did just add a young center to the fold. So we can just kind of focus on signing something else at this point. So, other than that, I think I'm cool with this. We might be moving Stephon back to point guard. And then we need a new power forward and a new center. I think that's the only thing I'm going to be looking for. So, Hartenstein as a minimum, just in case. I guess it's not a minimum, but you get the point. Adding him just in case. And, I mean, CMB just played for us last year, so we'll just add him again, despite me saying I wasn't going to. Progression now. We got, yeah, look at this. 4 of our top guys are 90 overall, so our whole starting 5, now that I'll move Stephen back to point guard probably, is looking phenomenal. Even Hampton's up to a 79. So, all of this is looking nice and juicy. Hartenstein is the same overall as the guy we just drafted. So, don't know how much he'll play. But we're not going for the back-to-back. We're not getting the 3-peat. But I am going to try for this one last championship in this 2030 season. And I think it's very plausible we get it. This video didn't take a lot of effort because obviously we walked into a bunch of draft picks. But it's been a fun video nonetheless. So, hopefully this year we get another one going in our way. Power rank has a 6th overall, 4-star balance. The only thing, like I said, I'm going to do is I am going to move Stephon back to point guard. He does go down to an 88, unfortunately, but that's okay. Still better than Bub right now. And I'll just move LeBaron, I guess, to shooting guard. So we'll have Stephon start instead of Bub Carrington. But the rotation is still extremely deep no matter what. So let's see if we can go back to winning another championship. Hopefully a good regular season because we didn't have that last year, but we'll see what happens. Cooper Flag here with another MVP trophy going to him. Garma is your Rookie of the Year. Murray is your 6th man. Wemby is your depoy. Caleb Holtz your most improved. And Scoot is your clutch player. Lou is your Coach of the Year. And Lance Alford is your executive. And Boozer did get the Cup MVP. So at least we got that. But again, I'm not expecting all NBA teams. I think we just have too good of a roster where the scoring is probably spread or whatever it may be. But unfortunately, never got Kyshawn George an all-NBA team. But not that I've checked it out, but did he ever make an all-star team at least? I'd have to imagine he did. Yeah, so he made 3 all-stars, and of course he is a champion. So 28, 29, and 2030, he did make a all-star game. So we'll definitely take that at least. But we do get back on track as we are the 1st seed in the East. So, of course, the ultimate goal, though, is trying to go win another Larry O'Brien. So Boozer did lead the way this time around, though, and 22.5 from Kyshawn George. 92 from Trey Johnson and 18 from Stephon and 12 from, yeah, I mean, the team is just incredibly good. So let's go see if we can go win another one. We get the Pacers around 1, which they did scare us a little bit earlier in the video, but I assume we'll take care of them since they are the 8th seed. We do beat them, and we don't have to deal with Detroit this time, so that's good. Cade always scares me, but we do have to deal with VJ Edgecombe and Stokes, so Stokes maybe feels some type of way the fact that we didn't draft him. Thomas Sorber's over there as well, and they still have Maxey. So it's a good team, but I feel okay. I think I'm confident enough we can still take them out. So we're up 1-0. They do even it up. They're up 2-1. That's not good. All right, let's see what's going on there. So 9 rotation. Let's not go down 3-1 though, right? Okay, never mind. So VJ Edgecombe and Stokes are giving us some issues. I guess we do have an injury to Boozer, but it is very possible we're not winning another championship in this video, as Philadelphia is looking to come back in this game despite us having to lead most of it, but we do hang on there, so that's good. How serious is... Okay, Boozer's injury isn't that serious. He's at least back and healthy. So can we force a game 7 though? Doesn't look like it unless we have a triumphant comeback here in the third and the fourth quarter. And we are not going to force a game 7. So unfortunately for us, it's only 1 championship in this video. I did get overly confident. I thought we'd win at least 3 or 2, at least a second one, but unfortunately that is not the case. I do think it's very possible that this team ran into having way too many good players. That is always something that happens when you have too many good players. It just doesn't work usually sometimes. So we lost in the second round 2 years in a row. Phoenix and Philadelphia is your finals matchup, and we have the Suns going on to win a championship. Devin Booker is your finals MVP. So yeah, I will say I wish this video maybe went a little bit differently, where I didn't get as lucky as I did in the lottery, and you know, kind of more had George and Trey Johnson leading the way a little bit more, if I can freaking talk. But unfortunately, we just got really good lottery luck, which is not unfortunate, but in this kind of scenario, it kind of was in a way. Regardless though, at least we still did get 1 championship, and we still made Kyshawn George a damn good player. And I really hope he does become this kind of guy in real life for Washington, because they could use something like that right now. But thank y'all for watching. I hope you guys did enjoy it. It was a fun one nonetheless. This is Crushables. I'm saying peace.